list price and what something actually sells for are two completely different animals. And in this video, I am going to take you into KEEPA so you can understand what something typically sells for so that you can make an excellent purchasing decision if you're doing arbitrage in Amazon FBA. I'm Jonathan, this is Duke Does Amazon, my Amazon selling channel, and I am continuously breaking down KEEPA because I think it is truly the most important tool and subscription that you can use to run your Amazon FBA business, and it's only $17 a month. Don't take my word for it, ask any other reseller. I think people are guessing at best if they're not using KEEPA, and I can't swear about it enough. So in the previous video, I walked you through how to see if something is selling. And in this video, I am going to show you how to determine what it's selling for. And these two videos combined, if you're able to read these two bits of information, I feel like you're 95% good to go on making an excellent decision. And the other 5% is all of the other little context clues that helps along the way. And so like anything, the only way you get better is through reps, and the more and more KEEPA charts that you read, the more and more educated and confident you're gonna be in your purchasing decisions. So anyway, what I've done is picked out 3 different items. One's a seasonal item, one's a volatile item, and one's a very steady item. So you can see what it looks like on a KEEPA chart and how those prices match their description, and also kind of break down how to look at things. So why don't I take you into my screen here and we'll get started. So while it's loading, everything that I've done for these 3 examples, I have filtered out all other bits of information just so that we are focusing on solely the historic sale price. And so here we are in the first example. This is Starbucks coffee. It flies off the shelf, okay? And so the only thing we have highlighted is this buy box chart. The buy box is what items typically sell for on Amazon. And this is a 3-month snapshot. So far right here is today, far left is 3 months ago from today. A perfectly horizontal line means that the price has not changed in the last 3 months, and that's essentially what we're looking at. Minus one little dip here and one little dip here. You can bet that this item is going to sell for $14.98, okay? So what does that mean? If I were to purchase this product, I would base my decision on knowing that it's going to sell for $14.98. Now, could something happen that changes things? Could all of a sudden there be a tremendous amount of new sellers and the price tanks? Potentially. History doesn't say that. And on the flip side, could supply out of nowhere have a complete shortage? Yeah, anything's possible. But for a general decision, because nothing's 100%, I'm telling you this product is going to sell for $14.98, and that's how I would base my decision, okay? Moving on to this next product. This one's a lot more interesting. This is a pair of Nike sneakers, and there's a lot of ups and downs here. So this is again a 3-month snapshot. So let's look at the high. So here I just hover. You'll see that the most they've sold for in the last 3 months is $211.55. And it looks like the lowest they've sold for is $118.33, okay? That is a huge, huge gap, okay? So furthermore, I'm going to look at more than just the high and the low. I'm gonna try to get a visual of what is the typical, and it looks to me like this area right here seems to be visually right in the middle. Basically between $130 and $140 for the majority of this. But let's play a game here. Let's say on this day I was shopping for this shoe and I did my research and I didn't look at historical data, and I said, wow, they're selling for $211. I'm going to make my decision based on that. So you take them home and you process them, and by the time they hit an Amazon warehouse, they're selling for $130 and are basically like that for the next 7 months, okay? What you didn't do was look back in time. If you would have done a little bit of research, you could say, wow, 211, although some do sell for that, that's not the norm. And there's probably a reason why they sold for that. The norm going back here, 129, 130, a little up, a little down, a little up, a little down. Then for whatever reason, this little area here, they spiked, okay? It happens. It happens. And it doesn't mean you can't get a sale for that price, but that's not typically, based on this information, what you're gonna sell it for. So this would be a great example. If I was here, I would weigh my best and worst case. Worst case, they're selling for 130. Best case, 211. If they both make sense, then I am very confidently buying that. Or maybe you're different than me and you say, you know what, I'm gonna roll the dice. Even if I lose 20 bucks, it's worth trying to make 100. Everyone's different. But you need to make sure that you're looking backwards so that you can look at historical price. It's not just what it's currently selling for. A great example, anybody can list their house for sale for whatever the heck they want. It doesn't mean that someone's gonna actually buy it for that price, right? It also doesn't mean that they're not gonna get a cash offer on that house. It's possible, but I base my decisions on historical data, not the one-offs, okay? And so that's a good example of something that's a very volatile product, although it's really mellowed out over the last 8 months to be between 135 and like 150. So then lastly, I want to take you here to a seasonal item, seasonal grocery item, a Starbucks peppermint mocha coffee 2-pack, okay? I like looking at this because in just 3 months, it sold for $50 at one point and it has gone down to, the majority of it has been around $27, this whole stretch right here, okay? Basically what probably happened is that whoever got the first batch of inventory for this season got to sell it for a premium. Then at this point, all of the other sellers started to catch up. So the price naturally goes down, supply and demand. And then it's sold very consistently here. Then people probably started losing out on some of their stock. They ran out of inventory. So the price gradually went up. Then some other people caught up. And then there was a major spike here because I would imagine that it's an inventory thing. Or people want to start offloading their product here. It went from a pop at 35 down to 28. It's a holiday item. Maybe they don't want to take the chance. Maybe the product doesn't typically sell after the holidays. So within just 3 months, it's basically from $25 to $50. So again, if you bought your product here and thought no matter what, it's gonna sell for $49, by the time it's in Amazon, it's selling for $26. Or if you bought it here for $38 and you've seen it selling for $38, you can easily look back a couple weeks and say, wow, it typically sells for $26. It doesn't mean I can't sell it for $38, but maybe that would be a best case scenario, not the norm. So anyway, those are just 3 examples there that I wanted to share with you. You have to look at historical sales price. Again, anybody can list something for whatever they want. That's irrelevant. What matters is what it actually sells for. And now with that, you can weigh your worst case scenario and best case scenario because you can see what is the lowest it sold for recently, what is the highest it sold for recently. And by the way, I spanned out 3 months. You can go back a year and you can go back the entirety of a product's life to weigh all of the selling seasons and cycles and see what it's really about. So again, this combined with looking at the sales rank tells you, is this item selling? Great. Now you also know what does it typically sell for. And with these pieces of information, you can start making an educated decision. And I'm gonna start grouping everything together to really start painting the picture after we break everything down individually. I hope this helps explain the question of what is this product selling for. If you have any questions, put them below. I'm Jonathan, Duke Does Amazon. We're gonna keep chipping away at KEEPA because it's so valuable for your FBA business. Have a great day.